In today's equity index futures markets, let's take a look at the S&P 500 futures today as they're realizing a little bit of selling pressure here as we close out the month. We did see them down actually more so earlier in the session, but fighting back to close down about 8 handles on the day, right around the 36.28 level. Now, we did see a high close on Friday of 36.50, and that is an all-time closing high for the S&P 500 futures. So we're just down slightly on the day after that all-time closing high. And looking at some of the driving factors today, I think initially we did see some global weakness, some equity weakness from a global perspective, particularly out of the Asian region. We did see some markets under some selling pressure. I think that put some downside pressure on the equity markets initially this morning. Then we had some data points come out this morning as well that were a little bit weaker than expected, and I think that's another reason why we continued to see some selling pressure through the morning session. But then as the afternoon played out, we did see some renewed strength, and once again, as I mentioned, the S&P 500 futures just closing down slightly on the day. And when you look at the trends in place, we continue to see a nice uptrend, really not only in the S&P 500 futures, but most of the other major equity index futures markets as well. And today we did see a little bit of a shift in the dynamics as we closed out the month. Throughout the month, we did see the Russell futures outperforming majority of the other equity index futures markets, the Dow having a strong performance for the month of November as well. Today we did see the NASDAQ bounce back, and the NASDAQ futures actually finished up on the day. They were the only ones in the green for the day, and so we did see again a little bit of a rotation here late in the session today, with the Russell futures actually having the weakest performance today, followed by the Dow futures, S&P futures down slightly, and the NASDAQ futures up on the day.